Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to the Youth Talk Show, courtesy of PCEA Unity Youth, where we share real stories from real people with the aim to educate and learn from others' experiences with your lovely host, EP.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode. It's your host Eve Kemoro. Today we are going to talk about health and safety measures, and I am joined by two amazing guests who will introduce themselves from the right.
Hello, my name is Faith Clawanjiro Chirunga, a first responder.
My name is Eunice Kafoi Chege, a medical student.
Wow, thank you very much. I hope we are going to learn and understand about everything concerning health and safety measures. So even before we continue with our health and safety measures, have you been directly or indirectly been affected or been a victim of road accidents? I can start with you, Claire.
No, I have never been directly affected, but I've had a relative who was maimed as a result of road accidents. He was the only survivor and he has been paralyzed since, so that was pretty scary.
Kahoe?
For me, I have not been directly affected, but I have been affected because I've had relatives being hospitalized for very long periods, undergoing a lot of procedures because of being involved in road accidents. And I must say those are very hard and trying times for the immediate family and extended family, and also when you have friends. So I would say I've been affected in that way.
Okay, you've talked about how the people were affected, how you were affected, sorry, and how about the individuals themselves? How was it for them to pick up from what happened? How was it for them to understand that they need to move on with life after the accident?
It's never an easy time for the patient themselves or the affected victims because they have to spend very many days in hospital. Sometimes they are unconscious and literally fighting for their lives in the ICU. And it's usually a process when you see them moving from the ICU to HDU. And sometimes there's a reality, maybe you won't be able to walk permanently, or you have to undergo rehabilitation and start learning to do some things all over again, as if you are a child, achieving your milestones of walking again, feeding yourself again, if there are spinal injuries, how to sit again, how to basic things like even passing stool and controlling your urine and all that. So yeah, it's traumatic to them, and mentally it can bring them to a point where they're depressed or even getting ulcers. But we thank God for the support of family and God being on our side, because we now talk of such things as a past tense. But those memories still come to them, and even sometimes getting nightmares, especially in the first days. But yeah, they do recover.
Amazing. What about you, Claire? What can you add on that?
I agree with what she said. It's very hard for you to go back to your normal routine. So I'm gonna give my experience with my cousin. He couldn't talk for a really long time, close to a year, because of how traumatized he was. Because they were in a personal car, and he was the only one who survived. Everybody else died on the spot. So to have such kind of trauma, it's really hard for you to get past that. And for him, he is paralyzed for life. It's a permanent thing. So he had to learn how to live with that, and he had to learn simple things like how to talk again. And it took him a whole year and a half, close to 2 years, to tell people his experience and to share how he felt in that moment. Because it's you don't know whether you're gonna be found on time.
Yeah.
You don't know whether you're going to survive. Everybody around you is dead. And I remember after he saw the car wreckage and he just broke down, because I remember for a long time he was silent. He couldn't say anything. He was like a rock, like he couldn't do anything. And when he saw the wreck and all his friends, including his girlfriend, had died, so it was very traumatic for him, and it took him quite some time before he could move past that. But today he's better. He can talk about it. He shares his experiences on TV and stuff like that. So I think he has learned to live with the fact that he went through that, and now he's better and stronger.
Wow. Okay. In your line of duty, can you just elaborate about the emergency response? Kahoi.
Emergency response is a specialty in medicine. So it's basically giving that from the point of the accident to the time the person is taken to maybe a specialized facility. That's what it entails about emergency response, taking them out of that danger that they are in, to the point where they can be tended in a hospital or in a facility. So there are many things that come in. We have the ambulance services and people who are emergency response specialists who are responsible of taking the victims from the site and giving them the giving them the first help that they need before they can now get admitted in hospital now. Yeah, so before they get admitted, those people who respond, and those people, when you walk into an A&E, you've heard of an A&E, accident and emergency department in any hospital, those are the people in charge. They really need to be very quick so that they can save the life of this person that is hanging on the line.
Claire, you're an emergency responder, right? So how has it been working in that area?
For me, I have never witnessed a road accident before. Like, I've never been called in to assist during a road accident. But from what I've heard from most of the people that I know who are in the same field, they're like, it's very scary because one mistake and that person is gone. They are gone and they're never gonna come back. If you take your time, that person could die. So it's a very scary moment, but you have to be strong because this person is depending on you for them to live, and you also need to know your stuff, because if you mess up, that person is gone. And there's nothing you can do to replace that life. So it's a bit scary though.
Yeah, true. So even before you go to rescue someone and help someone out, there are some measures that you take as medics, because you don't want to go there and then you also become a victim, right? So what are the safety measures that you take before going to assist someone? You can start with you, Claire.
For us, we go by the 3 C's: check, call, care. You cannot approach a road accident or any type of incident without checking, like, if it's safe for you to proceed. Because if you go there, if it's like a car accident and maybe there's a fuel leakage and then the place explodes and you went there, you dying will not help anybody. You understand? So you need to check if the area is safe for you. If it's not, if you can't handle the situation, if you feel like you're not really safe, then the only way you can help them is by calling other people who can help.
Yeah.
You get? So that you don't endanger yourself trying to save somebody else. Because you being dead helps no one. Then after you call, the there are people who come in and help you take care of that person. Like you can have the fire brigade if the car is on fire. I can't go there and start pulling people out. Yes, I'm trying to be nice. Yes, I'm trying to do my job. Yes, I am trying to help this person, but I can't help that person if I myself am in danger. You understand? Because now I'll become a casualty as well.
Yeah.
So you need to check on your safety first. Check if the area is safe. If it's not, just call the paramedics, call the fire brigade, call the police, just call the people that you're supposed to, so that you can be able to assist them. That's the only way you can assist them without endangering yourself. And then we have care, where you take care of the patient, of the casualty, once you have helped them. That is, if you could help them. Yes.
And you, Kakoi?
As a medic, they usually don't go to the field, but we are the people who are receiving the victims at the A&E department mainly. So our role mainly at that point is to ensure that the ABCs, are in check. That is the person's airway. That is, there's nothing obstructing their airway. The B, they're able to breathe. Their circulation is okay, because sometimes people suffer internal bleeds and they are not perfusing properly. That is, they're not getting enough supply to their body parts, and some organs may be failing. So you stabilize all that. You make sure that they are well hydrated. And of course, if you find yourself maybe in the physical locality, you need to evacuate them. So once you've stabilized the patient, then you're able to now start addressing other things, like, do they have fractures? You've stopped the bleeding? You've done all this. So I think our major role as medics is to attend to them after the paramedics have brought them to us. But should you happen to find yourself in the field, you can be able to take responsibility also, because any person who is in the medical field, before you graduate, you have to undergo what you call basic life support. It's an advanced form of first aid that is usually offered to the public. But also we have a role in educating the public what to do. Should you, because you'll find if a car was to roll outside, the first people to go there are the people around. So we play also a key role in educating the masses or the public on what to do should you find yourself at an accident scene, and what not to do.
Amazing. So if you've seen the statistics, the number of people that are dying are mostly the youth due to road accidents. What is the reason? Why is it that it's the youth who are mostly dying? What could be the reason? Claire, we can start with you.
I think I'd say the main reason is distracted driving.
Distracted?
Driving. In the sense that you want to pick a call, but you're also driving. So you're like, let me slow down, Then you look down, you pick up your phone, and then by the time you're looking up, you already, like, the accident has already happened, and there's nothing you can do about it. Or like just generally being distracted, texting while you're walking, while you're crossing the road, basic things, being on phone, having your earphones inside your ears while you're crossing the road, basic things that we ignore, that we're like, see, I've checked. Then you go texting, and then somebody is over speeding, and then they knock you down. Just like that, you're gone.
Kakoi, do you want to add up on that? Why are the youths dying because of road accidents?
I know as the youth, we are always on a hunt to seek, that physiological arousal of seeking, a sense of looking for risky things to do. And so you'll find that the youths are mostly, okay, I don't want to say all youths are reckless. But there's that, they might find themselves actually being reckless in the name of just seeking that adrenaline or that pleasure. So it's not that we do not know these rules or safety measures that we need to take, but you'll find someone hanging by not even the knee on a car outside the window, and the driver is on high speeds, you know, and then the culture of drunken driving also. So it not only puts them at risk, but also puts the other road users at risk. And I think also inexperienced driving, because this is a time they're just excited, your first car, and you might not be very experienced when it comes to road matters. And that is why I think the statistics are very high.
Okay, just a question probably to you, Claire. So I'm just an ordinary person passing by, and then there's an accident. It just happens, and I want to help. And most of the time, you've said that there are safety measures that you take so that you can help out. So, in my level of capacity, like how can I be able to help? Because I'm seeing maybe the car is burning, and people need to get out, or there's some people who are wounded. You need to go and help. How can I help?
I will stick to what I said. Don't endanger yourself trying to help anybody, because you dying is not going to help me in the car burning. Call the fire brigade. That they have numbers.
Yes.
Call the fire brigade. Call a paramedic. If the paramedics come and the fire brigade comes and the fire is put out, whatever, because sometimes we are not that many on the field. So I can't take out 14 passengers from a matatu and we're just like 3 or 4 of us. It's a bit impractical. I can't help everybody. So as a paramedic or as a fast responder, what I can tell you is hold their hand. If they have like a fracture on their arm, hold their hand, mwambie asiwachilie hapo. Or if somebody has fainted, I tell you, elevate their legs. Mshikilie tu hapo, I go help somebody else. That's the only way you can help without putting yourself in danger, without endangering the life of that other person. Because I always say, if somebody dies in your hands, it is your responsibility. Their family can sue you for negligence. You get? So try to do the basic things. Don't try to pull them out, because in the process you can hurt them. In the process you can kill them. In the process you can get hurt. You can be involved in something that you really shouldn't have been involved in. Yes.
True. Do you want to add on something about it?
Yes, I will agree with Claire. Sometimes you see the footage you see in the news, and the way the public is carrying the victim, sometimes they will actually cause more harm to that patient than the actual accident. So I think let those ones who are able to get out, maybe if it's a vehicle that has rolled, let them get out. But the first thing you can call, I'm sure there's 999, there's 911, they're free toll lines and they're functional. And these people respond. Yeah, they do respond.
Most people have talked about the emergency response in Kenya, and they're saying sometimes it takes a longer time for them to arrive in the scene. So now I am here. We have called the 911. We have called the emergency response. There's no one who is coming, or we have called the fire brigade. What do we do? What do you do in such a situation? Like, will you just allow a person, the person is almost dying, will you just allow the person to just lay there? Or I have a car, what if I take that person and nimpeleke hospitali? Yes, there are those emergency response, but now what about the delay?
No, that is part of the dilemma that we face, because not everybody is trained even with that basic first aid to be able to know how to handle. I think if you found yourself in an accident scene, you'll be quick to handle that person who's crying and bleeding.
Yeah,
and
true.
sometimes the person who's crying the loudest and bleeding the most, because maybe there's a small cut on the scalp which is highly vascularized, doesn't have the most injury as the one who's just sitting quiet. So I think we need to have more people, first of all, being trained in basic first aid, so that we equip more of the masses, especially as young people, because you're the first people to run to the accident scenes, to be able to know exactly how to help, and also agitate, within our county governments, within our counties, and because now health has been devolved to the counties to agitate how is emergency service response maybe in our sub-county, Embakasi West, do we have enough personnel so that we can avoid the unnecessary delays that would mean costing somebody their life?
Claire?
I would say that the government should, or like private sector emergency responders like St. John, Red Cross, St. Andrews, the ones that are there in our country, I think that they should put up like road stations, like stations along the road, especially major highways. Like I know for St. John we have that, so that if there's a call, because most of our calls go to the headquarters, so they can be easily referred. There's a road accident along Mombasa Road, get there. And this is the place, these are the contact details. So when the paramedics get there, they can call the person who called first. I feel like even if you have a car and you take that person that you can help into your car, remember, if that person dies in your car, it is your responsibility. People will not say, oh, they died in, it was because of the road accident. What did you do in your car? You get. So you can bring a lot of issues to yourself if you try to take the matters into your own hands. It's good, you're trying to do something good, but remember, if this person gets more injured in your car, or if they die in your car, it becomes a personal issue. Now it is you to clean up that mess. You get. So the best way you can help them, call the right people, call St. John, call Red Cross. You get. If one number is not working, all the numbers cannot surely not be working. There's one that is working. You understand? So you can call all the numbers. Plus, when you Google Nairobi County, they have a long list of numbers, like the fire brigade, Sonko rescue team, and the different emergency response teams that are in Nairobi. So there are different numbers. If 999 is not working, you can call St. John, you can call this, you get. So, yeah.
Amazing. So as we conclude, I would just like you to highlight what trauma care is about. We can start with you, Kafoi.
Like I said, trauma care involves stabilizing the patient and removing them from the actual site of danger. If it was drowning, if it was an accident, if it was a fire, getting them out of that environment and making sure they are stabilized in terms of their vitals, that is their breathing, their circulation, they're not bleeding, and they are not dehydrated. And of course it goes further, because you find most trauma will involve broken limbs, head injury, and such things. So orthopedics come into play, the burns unit come into play, and all these specialties. So we can't say that it's yes, one can specialize in it, but you still have to have a multidisciplinary approach towards managing trauma, because even after the patient has recovered, there's the mental trauma. And people, most of these patients will have what we call PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So even after you have handled the physical injuries, how is their mental well-being during and after?
Thank you. And you, Claire?
In the area of first responders, trauma care is all about keeping the person alive from like a life-threatening scene. You try to keep them alive until you can take them to the next person who's in charge, which is a nurse, a doctor. Yes.
So thank you guys for your time. I know there's much to talk about in health and safety measures, and I pray that every one of us will educate themselves, because we cannot be the education system cannot educate everyone concerning this. It's up to you to learn and understand more about these safety measures so that we can avoid things that are not meant to happen to us, especially for the youth. There are so many people who are dying due to road accidents, and we can easily avoid this by avoiding to text while walking or while driving. There are so many things you can be able to do to avoid reckless. Oh my goodness. There are so many things you can do to avoid these accidents. And so before you leave, I would like us to, God. And so before you leave, guys, there's a game that I want us to have, a small game. And I hope you're going to enjoy it, okay? So with me here is Pili Pili. So, so we're going to, I'll be asking questions, and then if you get it wrong, you're going to bite a Pili Pili. Okay? Sawa, tuko sawa? Are you okay, Claire? So the questions are very easy. You don't have to think much about the questions, okay? So who wants to go first? Who wants to go? Do you want to go first? Yes, please. Okay, so who was the last youth chairman in this church?
The last one before this.
Yes, the last one. The last. Who was the last youth chairman?
Karaoke.
Huh?
Samuel Karaoke.
Yes, you're correct. You're correct. You're correct. Yeah, you don't have to eat pili pili, you know it. So Claire.
Oh God.
Already scared. Which is the smallest country in the world?
There are so many small countries.
The smallest.
I don't know.
Come on, you can do this.
Why do I have to get the hard one? You have just asked me that one.
Nilisema aanze.
Is it an island?
Just tell me the smallest country. I don't want to know if it's an island, ama ni nini. Just tell me.
It's in Africa. Like in Africa. In the world. Oh,
In the
damn.
world. Chakula pilipili, tuendelee. Yeah?
Not a chance.
5, 4.
Victoria Island. I don't know.
No.
Which is the country
You
first?
first take a pilipili and then I give you the answer.
Is it Vatican?
Is this okay? Inakaa gonjwa.
Kula tu, hata kama ni kula hii, shika hii.
Pana nataka kakanusu.
Let's do this.
Is it gonjwa?
Let's do this,
Kuna
Claire.
mtu ni tu gonjwa.
Kula.
Give me the answer.
The answer is Vatican City. Let's do this. So,
Just pretend like
Kafoi,
it
what
is.
does WW mean?
World Wide Web.
Why didn't you ask me that?
World Wide Web.
This is not.
Yeah, it's worldwide web. So,
Nipate ile ngumu.
spell the word yes.
Pardon?
You spell the word yes.
Y-E-S.
Add an E, and then you pronounce it.
What are these? I add an E to.
Why?
Wait, what? I'm lost. What? You asked me to spell the word yes.
Yes.
Civil.
Yes.
Y-E-S.
And then add an E to Y.
What? I'm lost.
You're lost. The answer is eyes. Eyes.
Oh, I thought I should remove the Y and then replace it with an E.
So the last one, what does HTTP mean?
Oh my. Why are you guys giving me IT stuff? And okay. Wow. Do I have to eat pili? I've forgotten. HTTPS. Oh my.
Hurry up, time is not on our side. Just take a pili. If you can't remember, I will remind you.
Can I have the whole day to remember?
No, you cannot. Just pull a pili.
Can Google.
So the answer is hypertext transfer protocol.
Did you know that?
Yeah?
Did you know that?
So Claire, the last question.
The hard one.
What organ has 4 chambers?
The heart.
Yes. Thank you guys who have come to the end of our episode, and don't forget to subscribe to our online platform, that is IG and YouTube at PCA Unity Youth Official. God bless you.